everybody. So today I wanted to make a video to talk a little bit about the rebound toxic rebound relationship, as whatever you want to call it. So you might be thinking, what the heck is that? Well, a toxic rebound relationship is a relationship, in which you become pulled into the dynamic of two people already, let's call it wife and husband, or boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, whatever that is out there. And, that person has a breakup, go through a breakup, or is going maybe through a hard time in the relationship that been lasting for a while, let's say months or even years. So this person might feel empty inside and is trying to fill a void, because there are some people that they don't like to be alone, or they don't allow themselves to have a grieving time or being alone after they finish a relationship, or they simply don't want to because they're not the kind of people who can be alone. They rely on others to bring them whatever needs that they need to fulfill inside of them. So being a rebound is already very bad for many people, but being in a toxic rebound relationship, go to the next level, is even worse. Why? Because we have to be careful nowadays with the internet, technology, the social networks, because sometimes what we see online has nothing to do with the real life, what that person is having. Sometimes you might see a couple posting pictures very happy together. Oh, I love you so much, or I love my darling, or whatever, blah blah blah. But in their house, inside of their house, the story is another one. They may be going through hell. They might be having rough path in their relationship. They may be some situations that have been ongoing, and unfortunately they bring somebody else into that triangle. I mean, they form a triangle with that person, and you have to be very careful to be pulled into those kinds of relationships, because it's very, very painful, very, very painful to be in one of those. I went through that a couple times, and I would say that it was devastating, because then the aftermath, you have to work on yourself again to break those patterns, and also to not repeat the same situation. And you wonder or ask yourself, why in the first place, if my intuition told me not to go through that way, I went anyways. You have to also search, what kind of void are you trying to fill in with this person, because we are mirrors. So if there is something that that person has to work in, and you saw it and still you went in that situation, is because you are maybe mirroring some of the aspects that that person has, and also it's something that you need to heal within yourself, something that you have to work on. But let me tell you a couple of experiences or a couple of situations that I know about these situations. Sometimes, when you are the kind of person who is a fixer, a healer, a helper, you want to help others, you want to see everybody succeeding, you want to see everybody happy. It could be a friend of yours, that you see going through a very bad relationship all the time, fights, problems that never get solved, you name it. And then you try to help that person. And also, this could be a non-romantic relationship. You could be not like really a rebound, but you can be the punch bag of somebody, or you can be used while somebody is going through that grieving process. And then when those people go together again, they leave you hanging. And sometimes you thought that somebody was your real friend, and you were talking with this person, and this person was opening up to you, explaining you their problems, and you thought that you were helping these people. And in the end, you realize that not only they used you and wasted your energy and your time and through all their miseries on top of you, and that affected you energetically and mentally, emotionally, and even physically, let's say. But at the end you realize that that person didn't want to work through their shit. Sorry about the word. Well, yeah, those are people who are used to a toxic dynamic relationship, and God have mercy of you if you were unlucky enough to fall into that trap, because it's a trap. Because you might be thinking, oh, I'm gonna help this person, let me give them some good advices, let me be there for them, in case that you have some kind of romantic interest in that person. And then, that person suddenly comes back to their person. They finish you, they ghost you, they block you, and then you are the bad person on top of everything. So be very careful to fall into those dynamics, because it's very painful. And as I said, I have a couple of examples that I could give. There was one time this guy that he broke with his girlfriend, and he told me one time, oh, I cannot be alone. I always had to have somebody aligned. So when this happened, I had to go to the next person. So he jumped to the next victim, and what happened is within 6 months of seven, seeing this person, making plans for the future, to know each other. The quarantine time came, the COVID and all that. The girl, ended up very heartbroken, because this guy ended his relationship with his toxic girlfriend, and he was talking tons of crap about his ex-girlfriend. Oh, she mistreated me, she was too jealous, she this, she that. That's a red flag. People, when you hear somebody all the time talking about their ex, or talking, I mean, mostly that, or bringing up in their ex into conversations that had nothing to do, or comparing you with their ex or with somebody else that they met, or you get away, get the hell out of there really quick, because that's going to make you suffer a lot in the end. So to make the story short, the guy went back to the girl, and he blocked the other one. He just, he came back to his toxic ex-girlfriend. And not only that, he was telling the other girl, oh, but when did I say that to you? When they were arguing about, why the breakup and stuff, because he didn't even have the pants to tell her, because most of the time these people are very coward, they will not tell you anything. He was blaming her and saying, no, I never told you that my ex was a bad person, I never told you. You are lying, you are deceiving yourself, I never told you that I didn't love her, and it was horrible. So that was the first person. Then the second person was somebody with a living girlfriend, and then they were having problems here and there, and there was another person advising all the time, feeling sorry for the guy. Oh, poor guy, why he has to go through this wife he has is a bitch, and blah blah blah. So guess what happened? After some months again, he uses the resources of the other woman that he was with. He just has sex, enjoy her company. So when the time came where the wife put an ultimatum and maybe said, you have to let her go, or we divorce, or whatever that happened, or I throw you out of the house, and he was depending on his wife. Oh, the guy went back to the wife and then left the other girl hanging. And I can tell you about women doing this to guys doing this to women, and it's very not dangerous. No, it's very damaging to yourself, to your self-esteem, to your well-being, to your mental and emotional well-being, because none of us deserve to be a second option. We all deserve to be a priority in somebody's life. We all deserve to whatever we give, we must receive from that person. And when you are in that kind of situation, you are gonna feel always that you are the one giving and giving, and the other person is only taking and taking. Why? Because that person is not thinking about you in a long term. This person is just enjoying the moment, taking whatever they can from you, and then one day when they dump you, you end up empty with everything that you gave to that person. And that person just go to the person that they were with, because they are used to that dynamic. They are used to the mistreatment, maybe to the toxic ways that they have the relationship with their partner. Why? Because there are people in this world that are damaged, inside in that sense, and they don't want to change a thing. They are comfortable with that kind of pattern of having partners, that mistreat them, that abuse them, that treat them like crap. And it doesn't matter how much love you give to that person. It doesn't matter how good intentions you have with that person. It doesn't matter how long you stay in that relationship trying to help that person to fix themselves. You have to let that person go. That person has to fix themselves. It's not your business to fix anybody, and nothing. Just be very careful not to fall into a rebound toxic relationship, because it's gonna do you a lot of damage, and maybe you are wasting the time in that person that you could be using to meet somebody else and to have a normal good relationship with. And you don't have to add to the traumas and pain that you already have in your life when you unfortunately get in the way of these people. So and this can happen over and over. These people will contact you every time they are down, every time they are miserable. They are gonna throw all their garbage on top of you, and then one day you are gonna receive a slap in the face while you are sleeping, because these people, maybe if you stay there for a year, 2 years, giving comfort to this person, giving good advices, this person is gonna go back to their ex, and you are gonna wonder what the hell, like, also I did waste all my time. I did, I could be doing something else, and I was listening to this person every time they were calling me for an hour, complaining about the wife, about the husband, why they did this, why they don't want to forgive them, why they don't love them anymore, that they are gonna leave them, and you are even giving them clues of how to leave their wife or husband and restart their life and to be alone, for a while, and to think about what they want in the future, and then suddenly this person just dump you. It doesn't matter if you are the friend, the girlfriend, boyfriend. It doesn't matter. Even family, they dump you. Like, your time was totally wasted, and you feel very dumb. You feel very bad about yourself, because you weren't expecting to be used in that way. So be very careful with these people out there. Once you see a couple red flags of their toxicity and their dynamic, when they tell you all the toxicity in that dynamic, and you see that they always put excuses of why they cannot leave their partner, why this is not the right time, why they think it's better to wait for the future when they have more money, when their career is better, when the kids are grown, when, you know, it's bullshit. So just be aware of that, and don't waste your time and cut that person right away, okay? So bye.